Hello and happy Monday. Hope y'all are doing well. Um, so I'm a little bit later than what I'd said. I'd said I'd go live at 2 o'clock. It's about 20 after, so I apologize for being late. But I wanted to I started reading this book today, so I've had it for a little while. And if you know anything about me, you know that Lisa TerKeurst is one of my favorite authors. I've read pretty much all of her books, done pretty much all of her Bible studies, and when new ones come out, I do the pre-sale, so I get them, early, and I have had this one for a little while and had not had time really to dive into it, but I knew it was going to be good because I've heard her speak on the topic a couple of times. First time was over the summer at the women's ministry conference I went to, the Women Speakers and Writers Conference, and then I heard her again. But I knew that this would be a great topic. So a couple of things I want to invite you to. Number one, well, let me just say this. Rewind. If you're hopping on here with me live, let me know, hashtag live, and if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. I just like to know who's jumping in here with me, and then I can also add you into the drawing for the prizes. So today at the end, we'll be drawing for these cute fruit magnets and this bee box, which is a little shower scrubby and a bath fizzer. So we'll be drawing for that, and then I'll show you what the next prize is. But anyway, the two things I wanted to invite you to. Number one is I'm going to be doing this Bible study on the Marvel and Miracle of Advent by Christine Caine and Lisa Harper. Like I said a couple of lives ago, I had planned on doing this just on my own, but felt like, if anybody wanted to join me in doing this study, then I would do a Zoom. So we're going to do that starting December 1st, and it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So let me know if you're going to join me for this, and I can send you the Zoom information. But I think it's going to be a great study. I do love both of those Bible teachers, so I'm looking forward to diving into that in a couple of weeks. And then the other thing is, for those who don't know, I regularly host a Bible study through Zoom on Tuesday nights at 7. Hey, Renee, thanks for joining me here. Tuesday nights at 7, and we're on a break right now for the holidays, but we'll be starting back that first Tuesday in January. So I want to say that's going to be the 7th, but let me check. Let me look at my calendar to be sure. I think that's the 7th. Yeah, so January 7th, I'm going to be starting my next Bible study. And what I do, I have two. I have a Tuesday night through Zoom and a Thursday lunchtime in person in Columbus, Georgia. And I do the same study. So we are going to be doing this Bible study. There's a book and a Bible study. So we'll be doing the Bible study in those two sessions. So if you are interested, the Thursday is going to start January 2nd, and the Tuesday night will start January 7th. So if you want to join in on either of those, let me know and I can give you the details. But I thought for my live, I titled this, hey Judy, I titled this what the name of the book is. It's I Want to Trust You, But I Don't. Moving forward when you're skeptical of others, afraid of what God will allow, and doubtful of your own discernment. And so I thought that this book is just going to be really good, like I said. But I was reading the introduction today, and so I thought, wow, I think I want my live to be the introduction of this book, just so I can share a little bit with you, but get you thinking also. And so if you've ever felt like you've been betrayed by a friend or a relative or um, even your boss at work or coworker or your spouse or your significant other, it can be hard to move past that. And so you have all these disappointments because you trusted that person. And I've had lots of conversations with people who are facing this, and I myself, I've faced those kind of things too. I've faced betrayal in my life. I've had a lot of hurt and those kind of things, and I easily trust people, not with deep things. Like I hold deep things close to my heart, but I can easily trust people that their intentions are good. I can easily trust you to do what you say you're going to do. I can easily trust you for those kind of things. And then, when you don't hold up your end of the bargain, your word, if you were just blowing smoke, or, if your intentions were good but you didn't follow through, if you, you know, um, say one thing to my face and then behind my back say something else. Like those kind of things lead me not to trust. And so then the next time someone comes to me and it's the same kind of thing, like I'm very skeptical of that person. And so that's kind of what this book is about. If you know anything about Lisa Turker's story, her backstory, like you'll understand where she's coming from. But I've also had conversations with people and they felt like they had good discernment, and then situations and things happen and then they start questioning their discernment. They don't trust their own discernment, and that can be kind of a slippery slope. And so in this introduction, the subtitle of the introduction is Fear Has the Louder Voice Right Now. And I don't know if you've ever been there either, but sometimes, there's fear has a voice, and sometimes it gets louder than the truth. And so just knowing that. But I thought I wanted to read just a little bit of this. I'm not going to read the whole introduction because it's pretty long, but I thought that I would give you a few nuggets that I read today that were like really powerful. I thought the very beginning of it summed up a lot of where some of you may be. So I wanted to kind of read through that a little bit and then give you some other highlights. But it says, I want to trust you, but I don't. I want to believe you have my best interests in mind, just like I do for you. I want to believe you don't have a hidden agenda, motivations that are completely self-serving, or something going on behind the scenes I would be crushed by if I knew about it. I want to believe the good feelings I have when you are being kind to me will still feel good a month from now, a year from now. I want to believe you've told me the whole story and that I won't make discoveries later that make me cry and feel the brutal weight of regret. I want to believe I won't lie in bed sobbing over the red flags I missed or chose not to pay attention to. I want to believe you aren't writing a narrative about me and our relationship doesn't line up with the facts. I want to believe you have the ability to know right from wrong. I want to believe you are wise. I want to believe I can count on you. I want to believe you won't hurt me. I want to believe you won't talk about me behind my back. I want to believe that you are honest, good, fair, godly, kind, and accountable to do the right things and think the right things. I am too, Crystal. I'm so excited about this. I want to believe your love is real and your care is genuine. I want to believe my relationship with you will be calm and not chaotic. I want to believe I'll feel wise and not stupid for trusting you. I want to believe I'll forever love to tell the story of how we met and how long we've been this close. I want to believe I'm safe with you and that you really are my person. I want to believe I'll be okay if I trust you. But I'm scared. I've been burned before. So many times before. I fear getting this wrong. I'm unsure. My anxiety tells me to run. But do I build my life around my anxiety? Are these trust issues really triggers from past pain? Or are these trust issues legitimate warning signs? I want to be okay. I want us to be okay. But I'm afraid the risks are just too high. My heart says I love you, but my fear says it's not safe. And fear has the loudest voice right now. So I want to trust you, but I don't. And she goes on to say other things in here. But I thought that this was a good statement. Filtering everyone through my hurt was turning me into someone I'd never been before. I was so deeply affected by having my trust broken. And you know, sometimes when your trust has been broken, or when other people break your trust, um, you know, you have that deep hurt, and it carries over into your next relationships. It carries over into the next friendships. It carries over into the next job or the next, working relationship. It says other times we are unnecessarily projecting things onto others that just aren't there. Um, hey, Tammy, thanks for hopping on here with me. And it says, what happened to my ability to sense when something was wrong? Now, I wasn't sure about that I could trust my own discernment, which I'd always viewed as a sweet gift from God. And, I think sometimes that's the case, like when we trust somebody and then we get hurt and we feel like we've had discernment, but we couldn't see the red flags in that, then we start doubting the discernment God gave us. And we're like, well, if I couldn't see that, maybe I don't have the discernment that I thought I did. And so it carries over. And then you begin, sometimes you can begin to feel betrayed by God, and that's what she says. But God always has your best interests at heart. You can always trust Him. But sometimes what happens is when humans break our trust, and then we feel like we won't be able to trust God either. Like we push that over onto Him. We deflect it onto Him. Um, she says a wise person once told her that trust is the oxygen of all human relationships. I thought that was so good. Let's see. She says here, this is such a powerful statement. The trauma of having your trust broken by people that you thought would never betray you is life altering, but it doesn't have to be life ruining. Like, you don't have to allow that broken trust to ruin the rest of your life. Like, you can make a choice there. And then she goes on to say that the damage of emotional hurt doesn't just scar you emotionally or spiritually sometimes, but it actually physically affects your brain. She says that she underwent a brain scan just to see how the emotional trauma had really affected her. And she was blown away by what the physical effects of it was. And she says, now I can say that I've been emotionally abused because I've seen it. And she said, I can say that with confidence. She says, let's see, you can heal from that. She says, I've done and continue to do things that actually help to heal my brain. She says counseling, Bible study, EMDR, which says is an eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's a type of mental health therapy that helps alleviate distress associated with traumatic memories. And she says, taking better care of my brain through supplements and a healthier lifestyle. Y'all, I always have said ever since I started my health journey that your physical health affects every area of your life. And that is so true. She says in here that living a healthier lifestyle is helping to heal her brain. Like how cool is that? So, your physical health is tied to all other health areas of health in your body. Let's see, what else did I want to share here? Let's see. She says, as humans, we were made for connection, but connection always comes with risk. And so, are you willing to risk that? And, you can have such, you have to make sure that somebody is trustworthy. And if they continue breaking your trust, then like that they're going to continue doing that. You take that information, but I think you have to learn how not to carry that into other relationships, but use this as information and pray and ask God, like, God, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was like, you ask God, allow God to direct you and ask Him, like, God, if this is not right for me, let me see the red flags early and often. Because God will protect you. He knows that you've been hurt before. He knows that your trust is fragile. And if you ask Him for that discernment, He will give it to you. So anyway, I hope that's a good introduction for you for that book.